Hello everybody, this is Brian Eslick here from How To Automotive. Today I got a 2010 Chevy 1500 that I checked out last week for a blower motor and resistor that wasn't working. Actually just a blower motor, but we're going to change the resistor because we're in there. And so I'm going to walk you through the steps in the process of changing the blower motor in this 2010 Chevy 1500. First thing we're going to do, on the passenger side here, we need to remove this lower cover that runs along underneath the dash here. So there's a couple 7mm screws. Looks like this. They kind of have this wood screw looking. So there's one here, one here. I've already loosened these up. And then you can actually see the blower resistor and the blower motor over here on the corner. And then there's going to be a third screw underneath, right about underneath on the transmission hump right here that we need to get to. So there turned out to be 4 screws. This is the cover, I got it off. So turned up here, one on this corner here on the right side, one here about midway, a quarter way in, one directly under the transmission hump right here, and one a little further closer towards the gas pedal on the very end here. Get the 4 7mm screws out. Once you get those out, now we can get to our blower motor here on the right, and this is our blower motor resistor. So what we're going to do is just push our little squeeze tabs like so and pull the electrical connectors out. Okay, to take out the blower resistor, you're going to need a 5.5mm screw. And there's one screw on each corner. Goes out real quick. If you guys have a little electric gun, that would be a great little spot to do it. I'm just using hand tools just to show you guys. And you can see the resistor coming out, and you can see the corrosion built up on it, and that's one of the reasons why our blower motor is not working. But I went and put direct power to my motor last week when the car was in, and the fan didn't run either, but this was probably the culprit that killed it. Okay, so I got my new blower motor here. I wanted to show you. It has no screws that mount it in when you take it out. It has this little tab right here, and underneath, I'll show you in a second, you have to pry this tab down. There's a little catch that is stop. It's kind of like the safety bottle, pill bottles. You have to squeeze a little tab and turn it. It's kind of like the same concept. So you'll pry the tab down, and then you'll twist it, counterclockwise, and it'll unscrew. It has these little thread devices in there that lock it into place. So that's the new part. So sometimes when you're doing stuff, it helps to look at the new parts to try to determine how the old parts will come out. So what I did was I took a little pry bar like so, and where the blower or the resistor used to be, I put my pry bar right there and kind of put it. Let's see. Hold on a second. Get this wire out of the way. So I put the pry bar like so and pried the tab down. Pried the tab down just enough, and then once the tab is down a little bit, you could rotate it counterclockwise, and then the whole blower motor assembly comes out. And you set that aside. Take the new blower motor assembly, put the lock tab in the general area, slide it in there. So you want to get it in your vicinity like so, and just turn it clockwise until it locks into place like so, and you just install the blower motor fan. Now it has this little plug here that you have to transfer over to the new resistor and blower motor. So you just use the little squeeze tabs just like this one here. Squeeze the tab, pull it off. So after plugging the wire back into the blower motor there, it's time to put the resistor in. You want to put where the plugs face towards you like that. So I'm just gonna go up that side like so, and then put your 5.5mm screws back in. All right, after getting the blower resistor mounted, just plug in your blower motor to the resistor, and then plug the wiring into the resistor itself. And before we will go ahead and put the covers back on, we're just gonna turn the fan on and make sure it works. You can go through cycle through all the speeds. Okay, now that the blower's on, we're gonna go through, and I can actually feel it blowing in the low speeds here, and just keep raising it up. And you can hear it blowing through. So it works in all the speeds. That's what you want to check for. And this is a pretty easy job to do. Now the last step to do is to put our lower cover on, and then we're done. One of the tricks to getting to this bolt is kind of up inside of a little tunnel here, is to put a little piece of paper on the socket like this, and then you can, so it doesn't fall off, and then you can maneuver it kind of up in the inside like so, and then you can start your bolt. And it fell off. Alright, so now the cover's on, that completes our job, and the blower motor and resistor has been changed and it works fine. One of the symptoms of a bad blower resistor is that you may have it like the fan would only work on one speed, like high. Usually that's the case is it only works on high speed, and then you switch your switches and it doesn't work on any other speed but high. That's a real indicator of the blower resistor. Common problem with the blower resistors on Chevys anyways. And then on this particular case, nothing worked, no blower, no anything. So I'm right here, so I went ahead and just changed it all out. But I wanted to show you, this is all the tools you need. A pry bar or a flathead screwdriver would work. You'll need a 1/4-inch ratchet with a short little extension like so, a 7mm socket, and a 5.5mm socket, and of course a flashlight. And that's all you need to do this job. This is Brian Eslick from How to Automotive, and I'd like to thank you guys for watching my videos, and as always, it's my pleasure sharing my experience with you guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and I do respond. And I'd like to invite you to follow me on Facebook at Facebook/HowToAutomotive or HowToAutomotive.com. Thank you again.